Okay, g'day, I'm Blake, keeper for Monster of the Week, 1890 London, with Mythos elements from Cthulhu Mythos we're throwing in. I've got to remember this time, I'll get each of you to introduce your characters and describe what they look like. What do we see in the view of the watchers? We'll start with Sophia.
Hi, I'm Joel. I'm playing Sophia Couture. She is the spooky playbook. She's the kind of bartender, bar singer of like the club that we kind of work for. So she's generally probably in like work clothes, maybe a little dressier if she has to sing that night. And she is the spooky, as I said. So a bunch of weird stuff goes on around her. She can jinx people, tune into things, that sort of thing. So, completely normal woman. Nothing weird.
How about David?
Sure. My name's Eduardo. I'm playing David Myrtle. David was a con man who sold his soul to the devil, and that was his introduction to the underworld, so to speak. he's got sort of a charming style to him. Smiling eyes, disarming smile. Typically goes around in a cheap suit, but just in the right light, it looks fancy and expensive.
Can I just clarify, was it the devil or some sort of generic evil immortal being?
Terrific question. Let's say some generic immortal being with malicious intent. How about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's not many of them. That should be fine. All right, Marion.
I am Terry, and I am playing Marion Payne. They go by, their pronouns are they, them, and I am playing a chosen playbook. So I am a here on behalf of Vidar, who is the Norse god of the silent god of vengeance. And I am here, at least last time was to protect London. The time before that was to protect Gregory. So I have a connection between Sophia and I am, as far as looks, I have basically a perfect suit, a very androgynous look, but my eyes are very perceptive looking. They kind of have a sight for noticing things, and I don't really look, I definitely, you can't really tell whether I'm which one I would prefer to be going by, and that's why I go by they, them.
Okay. As with all Gauntlet games, X cards on the table. Feel free to say if something's uncomfortable for you. So this is part 3 in a 3-part 1890s London series for Monster of the Week by Evil Hat. Does anyone have any beginning of session moves? I don't think you do.
Marion does.
That's it. That was, yeah. And you were divine or chosen?
Oh, sorry, I'm a divine. Sorry.
Yep. Okay.
Chosen. Chosen was up on my
it's
PDF when it popped up. That's why I said that.
All right. All right, so you roll plus weird.
All right. Yes. So let's reroll selected. Let's see what we get. Plus. Weird is 0. So 8.
So they asked you to do
Yeah.
something complicated or difficult. Um, um, hmm. There's you have a sort of a misty field, and there's like a robed figure with a shepherd's crook, and there's also a wolf growling, and there's also a sheep there. But each of them has your eyes. You
Okay.
get the feeling you have to choose which you want to be. Or you will have to choose something like between those soon.
Okay.
All right. So it's been over a week since last time. We'll say it's mid-morning. What do we see David doing?
Mid-morning. I think it's never too early to drink for David. Yeah, he's got this probably silver little flask, or maybe imitation silver, maybe something he pilfered from somebody at some point, and he's just sort of mixing a drink for himself, in his sort of bedroom.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd be like, for a second there when you're going like this, I thought you're at the bar just pouring water until someone had to go to the toilet or something.
Sure. Well, I'm agnostic on where to start. I mean, maybe the hangout is might be Sophia's cafe or restaurant. Do I remember right?
Yep.
Sophia works at a
Mhm.
yeah, and David's just sort of mixing his own drinks because that's just what he does during the day. Wait for the nightlife to pick up, which is when he really goes to work.
Okay.
She's probably too busy to stop you. She just slaps your hands away from the really expensive booze.
A courier, postal worker, whatever you want to call them, arrives with a package for Sophia.
Thank you. She'll sign for it and stuff.
Yep. It's from Gregory, just saying, sorry, I have to leave town. You might need this. And it's a blessed dagger that Gregory owned.
Okay. She'll just kind of look it over and be like, are you better with these? I tend to cut myself more than anything.
Yeah, David gives a polite laugh and starts to sort of spin a story that's just Sophia is just total baloney, but it's it's an epic tale of, well, there was that one time that I was in the alleyway and me and my friends were accosted by blue coats and on and on and on and on.
Yeah. And she just be like, wow, that's so fascinating, as she goes back to bar prep and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, the dagger's blessed by Osiris, just got hieroglyphics on it. Okay. Marion, where would you be mid-morning?
Sorry, I was just trying to get my new ability pasted in there for my XP.
No worries.
Just new mid-morning. I probably would be in the same area, drinking, probably closer to the library area in there, drinking some tea and doing some kind of, reading and the ongoings that we've had for the past 2 weeks to see if I can get any more information on whether this is just an escalation to something else or not.
The previous two things were definitely related. It was like some people trying to contact something outside of the normal realm, and something replied. Whether there's anything after that, you don't know yet. But yeah, there's definitely been the start of a chain of events.
All right. Yeah, and that's I'm just seeing if I can find it. If I can't, I can't. If I can, I can.
Yeah. That one. Oh, we can combine them. What the hell? Okay, so you're in the library, and you're reading through the books, and it's like someone turned the gravity up in the room you're in. So you just feel like so much pressure. It's hard for you to even sit in the chair.
Okay. Interesting. I'll try and reach out and see if I can detect if it's actually a being somewhere in the room or causing this, or if it's something else.
Sounds like read a bad situation. Okay, roll plus sharp.
Yep. It's plus sharp. That goes from an 8 to a 7.
So hold 1. Let's get these. There's some. PDF, what are you doing? Yeah. What? What the hell? Anyway, how do you get? I'm just going to read them out. So it's what's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there dangers I haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
I guess since I'm being affected by it right now, I'm going to go with what's the best way to protect the victims.
Probably. It seems to be stronger towards the alley outside the building, so being away from that point, moving away from the strong point of the gravity sort of focus.
Okay. I will, if there's any more areas that are actually within the facility that we're in that are by it more, then I'll try and put some kind of boundary up so that people don't go there today.
Okay. The gravity thing only lasts for a couple of minutes, so you can sort of move away from that area and and sort of wave people away from the alley and that direction.
All right. I will tell Sophia and I was going to say your real name, David. What I'm felt as well.
All right. Do you have a look at the alley, or are you just going to stay away from it? And
No, I'll look at it. I just wanted to make sure other people weren't going to get hurt.
yep, no, it's not a lot of people going to the library this time of day. It's only the hardcore bookworms. That's all right. In the alley, there's a bunch of dead rats. There's 13 dead rats, and they look like they've been laid out with the blood and then some sort of weird occult symbol. And there's a bunch of powders and stuff put on top. Someone's done some sort of weird ritual here.
Okay. We'll try and note the symbol as best we can, or at least best I can.
No worries. So you can sort of do the overall symbol, and you can see there's 3 specific symbols at key points as well.
There are different symbols than the big one, then, or
Well, they're part of the bigger one, but they're more intricate than just sort of joining lines or whatever.
Okay. Make sure we get as much detail as we can, and because we're going to need to research what this thing does.
Okay. So you go to the Sophia's restaurant. David's there being annoying. Sophia's working. Yeah, they're both there, so it's like 11 o'clock now.
As soon as I arrive, I'll quickly call David in. Guess what I saw this morning?
I imagine David was right in the middle of just practicing card tricks and just, the cards kind of. What did you see this morning?
And I start to draw it for him.
Oh, okay.
I was going to ask. David has a.
It was made out of dead rats.
Could you take me there? I mean, I'm assuming David.
It's only like 3 blocks away, so yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Should we wait for Sophia?
Yeah.
Sophia, you're in your break time, aren't you?
I can take a break here, and she'll kind of like lock up the shop and follow.
No worries.
All right. We get there. And is it still there?
Yeah. I considered doing because it's supposed to be wiped clean, but no, it's all still there. They're not that efficient. Okay. So,
we're not joking about the dead rats.
No, there's definitely 13 rats. The symbols appear to be like sort of like a star, sort of like a dagger, and sort of like an eye. Would any of you have experience with like chemicals, identifying chemicals or herbs?
If it's boozes, Sophia probably would.
No.
Probably not then.
No.
Do not. Would it? Would this sort of trigger the sort of psychic, sensitivity that David has?
If you like.
Can I try to open my mind up to it and see if something triggers?
Yeah, why not? That's the worst that can happen.
Sure, that's a good way of looking at it, right? So let's see. So that's a plus weird. Which is a 0. Okay. So it's only a 5.
Oh. Alrighty.
Can I? I mean, does this look at all familiar? Would this maybe be something that David has seen before?
Has it something you've seen before? Yes, you would have seen some of this in the Golden Dawn's library. There's some references to these symbols. It's to do with summoning. Okay. Let's say we'll say David takes 2 points of damage as there's a thwack sound as a dagger goes into David's back. You got a dagger thrown at him. Sophia, you can see someone running off down an alley.
Can I try and use my powers to like stop them and kind of bind them in place?
Right, so you're gonna try and bind them.
Yeah, I think like probably like use magic.
Yeah. Because he. But how have you done that before? You have, haven't you?
I think yeah, to stop someone from attacking.
Yeah. So you have, yeah, okay. Because sometimes people use magic like a I win button. It's like, no, there's got to be a narrative reason why you'd know how to do that effect. But you have done it before, so that's all cool. Yep, roll use magic. Try and bind this person from running away.
So that is a 13.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So they freeze in place. They turn around, but they stop running away. Marion, what are you doing?
Well, since they're frozen in place, I'm going to move. So they're outside of the alley then?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to move and try and get to where I would be blocking them.
Yep.
And try and push them back in towards the alley if I can.
Yeah. Yep. That's fine. You can do that. All right. So, person in a suit. David, what are you doing? Apart from bleeding a bit.
Yeah. I imagine that. Oh God, that hurts. Just sort of crumpling on the, or collapsing on the cobblestones.
Yeah, let's do a act under pressure, David. So roll plus cool.
Okay. Okay. A little bit better at that. Let's see. So that's a 7. I'm sorry. That's 5 and 4 plus 1 is 10.
Oh, okay. All right. You feel an enormous sort of pressure on your head, sort of inside your head for a moment, but then you sort of fight it off.
And nothing physical. It's just literally a sensation, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, there's nothing to resist, it sounds like, either. You've kind of said that it comes and it goes.
Yeah, you sort of had a moment of panic where you fought it off and then it's gone. So.
Do I kind of pull it all together, and can I, get up and, go to this person? This
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And Marion's hold them sort of back into the alley so people can't see you three, all four now. Yes, the person's in the suit.
Can I? Do I recognize them at all? I mean, can I get a closer look at them?
Yep, it looks like Mr./Miss Lois Cipher. She's like, nice to see you again.
You. Should you mind your own business? I mean, it's not time yet.
It will be time soon. We'll make the night last forever.
Not if I could keep running. I've been able to stay ahead of you for so long.
Sophia, you doing anything?
I think at this point, like as she's kind of like trying to focus on it, it starts to get exhausting, and she probably gets like a nosebleed and releases the hold that she has on the person, and just kind of like has her hands on her knees, breathing heavily a bit from the exertion.
Okay.
It's like, so do we know why this person threw a knife into your back? Is this a common thing for you?
Oh.
It's my ex-wife. No.
Well, I grifted Lewis long time ago, and that's how I got all, into this mess with, the demons and the underworld and so on. And well, looks like my time is up in this town pretty soon, unless Lewis catches me for good. I mean, for real. In which case, that's it for me.
All right, Lord's trying to break away. Marion, are you trying to stop her or fight her or just let her go? Or
I will look at David and say, well, this person has tried to harm you twice. I think we may well need to deal with this. What are your thoughts as to whether I should be taking care of this issue for you? And my hands start to glow.
I act under pressure because she's trying to get away. Well, he, she, they are trying to get away.
Just gotta look at post the PDF here. So got 8 plus under pressure is cool, so that would be 10.
10, okay. So yeah, they try and get away, but you grab them and restrain them.
David, I guess I look to Marion. I don't even know the nature of this thing. I don't know if it's if it's doing the bidding of someone else, if it's the boss, if it's if it's one of us, or if it's something from some other place altogether.
All right.
He's got high sharp. Okay,
Not me.
Sophia, it occurs to you could, accidentally let her go and then follow her. Or keep her and question you.
Sure.
Or just knock her out and walk away, It's up to you.
That is an option. Let's see, it was Marion has them like held right now, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Yeah, she'll kind of pull David like out of earshot and kind of whisper, like, here are some things we could do. figure out like where they're going back to, since it seems like they might be involved with this freaky dead rat thing.
Sounds dangerous, but let's give it a try because I am out of ideas.
Okay. And then I think at that she'll kind of loudly say like, well, we can't kill her and we can't turn her in, so may as well just knock her out and leave, and like smack her in the back of the head to try and knock her out.
Okay. But you're deliberately sort of pulling your punch, or?
Yeah, not enough to like injure her, just to
Yeah.
render unconscious.
Crit success. You take her head off. No. Okay, that's fine. So you thump her and she goes down and plays possum because she wants to do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So.
And then she'll kind of tell the guys like, we can wait for her to wake up and follow her to wherever the boss is.
Sort of walk down the alley a bit. Yeah. As soon as you've gone more than 10 feet, she's gotten up and sprinting off. It's pretty fast, actually.
Yeah. Yes or not, those kind of things. So I was just wondering if it was possible to get one of my wolves to track her. That's not really what they're meant for. So.
Doesn't say they can't do that, so yeah, we can go with that. The hell. All right, so yeah, it doesn't take long for her to get up and run off really fast. All right, and you're going to get one of your wolves to help with investigate a mystery, this would be, because that covers where did it go and what's it going to do. All right. So in this case, it sounds like Marion's rolling it because it's her wolfy demon wolf thing that's helping.
All right. So. Oh. Cool. May have pulled it off. So it is plus what? Investigate mysteries.
Sharp.
Yep. It becomes a 9. Yeah, it becomes a 9.
Questions in there. And yeah, you get one.
I don't know what kind of assistance. Don't know what kind of assistance the wolves actually.
You know what? I'll give you an extra pick, so you get 2 questions.
Okay. I guess the first one will be, where did they go? Or where did they go?
Yep, so about 5 blocks from here. There's a storm cellar. That's where the trail leads to.
Okay. And what sort of creature is it?
It's definitely a shapeshifter. They lift flakes of skin when Sophia sort of knocked it out, and the face flickered a few times. Each time it tried to run off.
Okay.
It's almost like when it has sort of a hit of adrenaline, it momentarily has trouble controlling its features.
Yeah. It's very interesting. So what have you done in the past where a shapeshifter would want to harm you? And I walk over and pat David on the back and attempt to heal him.
Oh, okay. Boom, David explodes. No. All right. Go for it.
I think, while Marion's doing that, I explain, I run a lot of cons, and I was really busy when I was younger and kind of lose track of things. But, I got into some really weird stuff. I was on a roll. You couldn't stop me. And I think I must have just conned the wrong being.
All right. So I rolled an 11, so I heal 2 harm. Or
What does it look like? Is it just like a glow, or is there butterflies swirling around you, or what's it look like?
I think it actually would be like the glow in the alley before. It was like definitely like a red coming. Glow from my hands.
Okay. All right. So they're doing that. Sophia, are you doing anything?
Probably like, since we're in an alley while all this glowing's going on, she's just kind of looking around outside the alley, making sure no one's noticing, and kind of walking in on this. Like, can you make your glowing any more inconspicuous? It's a crowded street.
Well, you may be able to assist with that.
Did anyone pick up the dagger that Lois threw at David? Because I'm presuming he didn't leave it in his back or anything.
Still in there.
Well, if it was still there when I was healing him, I definitely would have removed it. I kind of presume that if he couldn't remove it, then one of us would have had to pull it out.
Yeah. It's not metal. The blade is made from obsidian. It's very light and very sharp.
This might be useful later.
Does it seem to be a sturdy condition of obsidian, or is it more brittle?
More brittle.
This is meant to break off inside you.
This is some bad stuff. Are there any, are there any symbols on it? Anything carved into it that might, indicate? Maybe
there's this weird-looking star and dagger and eye. Oddly enough, now that you look at it,
Well, that looks familiar.
now I'm presuming you're not standing above the storm cellar saying this. You've backed off a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so it's now, 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
So do we want to follow down into the storm cellar?
The fog's gone, but there's a light rain.
Yeah, we probably want to head down there before the trail gets too cold. Especially since we know that this shapeshifter friend of yours is part of whatever did that symbol back there.
Yeah, I guess I'd feel safer doing this during the day instead of the night. I don't know why, but...
And I don't know what it's like in London, whether you can actually tell whether the storm's going to get worse or not.
No, it just looked like a rain.
Like
Doesn't
here-
look like, it's not like a thunderstorm on
Okay.
the way or nothing. Because your divine's been around a while, haven't they?
Yep.
Yeah, no, it just looks like
Right.
regular rain.
Okay. And I looked up the grate.
All right.
Let the wolf go down ahead of us. Try and close it as best we can after we're all good in there.
I think Roll Plus weird. The wolf wants to go. He can smell all these lovely smells. Wants to go and hunt and get some food. So you got to try and persuade it to stay on task.
That's a 9.
Yeah. Okay. So he's like, well, we'll do this, but then it's going for food. It's hungry. Okay. So
Oh, sorry, it's a 7.
Yeah, well, that's the same. That's right. So yeah, it'll do this, and then it's going for food.
Okay.
Um,
No problem.
Probably don't want to think about what a demonic wolf eats, but still. Too late. Okay. So you go into the storm cellar. It's dark in there. Has anyone got any sort of light sources or dark vision or whatever?
Does the blessed knife glow?
No.
That's too bad.
I don't know if my divine armor would glow or not.
That's going to attract a lot of attention. So no.
So no, we're gonna have to let our eyes adjust naturally eventually.
Okay.
No, that takes like
All right. You
Quite
can
a while.
hear footsteps moving away, and the wolf is like, chase.
yeah. Well, you lead.
All right, so it runs into the darkness. It's like someone going upstairs or a ladder or something, and the wolf's sort of biting, growling at them. This is all you can hear. You can't see any of it because it's really dark.
Yeah. Well, if it can, it'll attack and try and pin them. Or pull them down.
All right. Well, you can roll kick some ass then, on behalf of your wolfie.
I believe that's plus cool
Uh,
or tough.
yeah, tough in this case.
So, yeah. So that will be a 10.
Okay. All right. So the wolf's attacking someone. The person's screaming.
Yeah.
Sophia, what are you doing?
I guess
Follow the screaming.
she will.
And he does. The wolf actually does do 3 harm.
Yeah, she probably has like a handkerchief that she's putting over her nose and trying to follow the screaming while putting her hands out in front of her so she doesn't run into anything.
Yep. You sense it in front of you that a wolf's attacking something. David, what are you doing?
David. I assume that this is the same Lewis. Just get her. Yeah. sort of, rushing to the scene.
Okay.
If it's all for himself at this moment, yeah.
Okay. Hmm. There's a yelp, and the wolf sort of comes back, and it's sort of, you can sense it's sort of standing between you, and someone's going up a ladder. But yeah, you can hear they're struggling. It's not as smooth motioned as before. You can probably, there'd be a little bit of light where they're going up. So yeah, you can see Lois is up the top of the ladder. She's going to run off somewhere else. Anyone want to try and stop her, or she's definitely wounded already?
Mm-hmm.
Try and run after.
Mm-hmm. Just to picture this, I guess we're at the bottom of the stairs and
Yep.
looking up.
Yeah, so you went down into a cellar, which was a bunch of rooms, and she's climbed up another ladder, different to the one you came down, and she's wounded because she got savaged by a wolf, basically. And the big wolf sort of in between you lot, it got wounded too, but it's still up and because they're pretty tough, obviously. All right, so you're still trying to get to Lewis. All right, who's sort of leading the chase?
Marion, do you want to?
I think I probably would be.
Yeah.
All right, act under pressure.
All right. It's taking its time. Okay. 7 plus. Cool. So that is 9.
9.
So Marion, well,
Okay, the choice is you can catch up with her, but she's in a public space where a bunch of people can see, or she can, duck down an alley and get away.
I think I'd like to catch up with her.
All right.
Yeah, it's fine that she's in a public place. You can see.
So she's, please.
I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna say, "Are you okay? I saw that dog attack you. I can take you back and take care of you."
All right, you're roboting a little bit. Okay. So when you actually catch up with her, she turns to look at you, and she looks like Sarah, your friend you rescued from the observatory, astronomy observatory.
Right.
I'm not saying she was Sarah the whole time. I'm just saying she's taken on that appearance, so she's obviously watched her or whatever.
So I'm going to say, Sarah, you look injured. Why don't you come back to my place and I can help you out?
There's lots of people looking. No, I'm fine. Thank you.
I saw that dog attack you. Are you sure?
I'll say by this point, Sophia and David have caught up. Me doing anything?
Is the wolf still down in the sewers?
No, it's buggered off. It's going for food now.
Yeah.
I'm sure that won't be a problem later.
Probably gone to find something in the sewers.
I think David's just sort of taking the sand.
Yeah.
Not really sure what to make of the shape-shifting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sarah's probably like, or not Sarah, Jesus. I know my character, Sophia. is like in the crowd trying to get people to move on. Just like, yeah, those wolves are crazy, right? And like guiding people so that they don't linger and
Yeah.
pay too much attention.
Okay.
There's no way you can walk on that leg. We have to go get it bandaged up.
Okay. All right. So, Lewis, Sarah will come in with you. Where are you leading her?
Yeah. I think that I'll take her back to my hotel room because I can get another one.
Fair enough. All right.
And
Are you all going back there, or you gonna grab something to eat on the way, or what are you doing?
I think well, I'm certainly going back. This is just too interesting, too much of a opportunity to pass up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
okay.
Sophia?
Yep. Yeah, I'd be going
Let
back
it.
with them too.
All right. Head back to Marion's hotel room. How low rent, mid rent, high rent is this sort of hotel? What sort of stuff is? Because she's been around a while. She could have got some cash if you want. It's up to you.
It's definitely a higher scale. Marion's, they tend to actually use their looks to be able to sometimes get into some gentlemen's clubs where they can actually get some business and get some money that way.
Yeah.
And then in addition to the money we get from hunting monsters.
Okay.
So it's bad, and I will order some room service for everyone, including our guest.
Okay.
We'll actually let our guests sit down and say, if you have a nice, pleasant conversation with us, I will heal that for you.
She smirks. Why not? But she's still got a very angry look when she looks at David.
All right.
All right.
So, David, is there things you would like to know?
Yeah. I don't remember you, but you definitely remember me. I guess just I guess I'd love to try to figure out just what's his or her motivation. I must have done something wrong, but yeah.
You killed her master.
Was it recently?
No, it was a while ago. Her master was a vampire. Because Marion killed the vampire that was preying on you. And the vampire was going to elevate her to vampirehood. And you killed her job, her career path when you killed the vampire. It was rather inconsiderate of you.
I mean,
Do a roll. roll here.
Yeah, what can I do to?
Oh, the food is very good. I rolled a 10.
Oh, good.
Well, I mean, what can I do to fix this? I mean, I mean, this can't end well. I mean, what do you? Gosh.
Well, if I find another vampire that's willing to elevate me, I can tell them that you can, you'll lay down and they can just kill you. That works for me. She looks quite serious when she
Do you
says that.
have to be a vampire? Is it a vampire you're set on, or?
Well, why would you want to be anything else?
Well, we all have very good livings doing what we do. You seem as a capable person.
Are you saying anything, Sophia?
No, she's just kind of watching all this going on. She probably doesn't get access to this good of food that often, so
Just opens her purse and scooping stuff in.
Your ability to change shapes alone would be of great assistance.
She's trying to recruit her. Just inviting the bad guy back for lunch and then recruiting her is not what I expected this to go, but that's all right. This sounds like roll plus charm for manipulate someone.
All right. Not my strongest, but...
Does anyone want to assist? Help out, I think it's called.
I think I'd be motivated to assist if this is good.
Yeah, so helping out roll plus cool, and we'll see if that can help or not.
Sure. Let's see. Okay. So that was 11.
I rolled a 5 and my charm's -1, so...
Okay. She's I want to think about it, and she's sort of eating the meal. Sophia, there's a second where Lewis gets the fish knife she was eating with and quickly grabs it and goes to stab David. You can either protect him or let her, but then you've got a good shot at her.
I'll try to protect him, kind of like
Okay, so roll plus tough to protect someone.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm not healing her anymore.
So that is 8 total.
To protect someone, but you suffer similar harm. All right, so she is flailing about, and you and David take 2 damage each, minus any armor. You don't have any armor, do you?
Nope.
Oh. Okay. In fairness, I should let David go now. By the way, David, if you get stabbed 3 times in one session, you win the game. No. No. All right, it's your go. What do you want to do?
I mean, yeah, huh. Holy moly.
She's kind of screeching at you. She's got 4 arms at this point, and she's stabbing you all with cutlery.
Sure. Well, I've got that dagger from Gregory.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use that. I pull it out and I contemplate on it for a moment, but I think I look up and I see the image that you just painted, the sort of the 4 flaming arms, and just sort of panic react and
roll plus tough to kick some ass.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see.
Didn't even let you finish dinner. How rude.
Oh, not very good. So that's a 5.
Okay, you. Let's have a look. All right, so you sort of back out of the way to not get slashed at by the butter knife and the fish knife, and you sort of fumble that dagger and it bounces onto the floor under a cabinet.
Mm.
Marion, you'll go.
Okay. So,
I mean, you can just sit there and eat the meal if you want.
no,
It's like, do you
I
mind?
look. And I'm going, that is really rude behavior for a guest. I grab the obsidian dagger
Yep.
and stick it in. And
To the
smite.
fish on the plate? Oh, no, into her. Okay.
And smite. So I don't know what the obsidian dagger normally does. But
We'll say 2.
Alright.
Okay.
So 5 plus 2 is 7.
All right, so you exchange harm, so 2 damage each, but yours counts as vulnerability, it's holy weapon and all of that.
Minus 4 with the smite.
All right, so you stab her and she just collapses to the ground because she was already wounded from the wolfie.
Yeah. And I
Has
take
made a bit
1
of,
because I have armor.
we'll say it's a kind of silvery, kind of purple ichor seeping out of her onto the nice rug in your room.
Mm-hmm.
And a sort of sharp metallic smells coming out from her. Sophia, what are you doing?
Well, with the smell, probably crack a window, get some air in here. Well, crap. So now we're gonna have to hide a body, and we didn't even find out what the rat thing was about. And then, can I search her to see if she has any papers or anything that might give us a clue?
Yeah, that'll be investigative mystery, roll plus sharp. I don't think I need to tell you what happened here.
That is 4 total.
Okay. Not carrying anything else. You do notice. You would obviously notice she's got tattoos that she's obviously carved on. I say it is carved on its arm, which has the crap. What was it? Star, dagger, and eye. All right. Just gonna have a quick bio break. I'll just be a couple of minutes.
Well, I tried.
So I think um, when I missed that first session, I didn't get the explanation on the wolves. What's the story with those?
Um, Basically, with it being the Norse god of vengeance,
Mm-hmm.
it's the wolves are what appear when I'm sending it out towards my enemy. So basically, I have a bag of 5 wolves
Ah, cool.
that are my holy weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So in the first one, I actually used 2 of them, and they're supposed to refresh every adventure, but I'm trying to see if I can actually get through all 3 with only the 5.
Oh, gotcha.
So I haven't refreshed them yet. I've only used 3 so far. So
Uh-huh. Yeah, no,
it's
that's
good.
cool
I
concept.
didn't use any last time. So yeah, but yeah, because with the smite, whatever weapon I'm using, I add 2. So the wolves do 3 by themselves.
Mm.
And if I'm using my holy weapon, so then the wolves would do 5.
Oh, wow. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah. And that was one of the reasons I took the wolves and tried to limit it, because I didn't want just a regular holy weapon, because
Mm-hmm.
then I could just use it.
All right, ready to go? We need a bit more time.
I'm good.
Good.
All right. Yeah, so you got the body in Marion's hotel room.
You know, David would turn to Sophia and Marion. I don't know anything about these shapeshifters. I mean, is this a curse that someone gets, or are they born like this? Or, I mean, do either of you know?
Pretty much all I know about them is that apparently they can grow 4 arms and look like Sarah. That's my first encounter with one.
And, I haven't really encountered them either, but apparently my wolf didn't really like the smell of it. And apparently I don't like the smell of it now either.
It's a sort of burnt metallic smell.
Hmm.
I think one of the hotel staff was sort of knocking on the door. Is everything all right?
Yes, unfortunately, we've spilled something that's probably going to need to be cleaned up later. That's okay. We're a little indisposed at the moment.
All right, just leave a message with the concierge at the desk, and we'll come and clean up or whatever you need help with later. Hope you enjoyed the meal, they say nervously.
It was excellent.
Well, what do we do with the dead body now? I mean,
Does
Marion,
it look like it's decomposing the same way as a normal body?
No, it's decomposing really rapidly, and the flesh is going all yellow.
I don't know. Should we wrap it up in a rug and try to carry it out, or stick it in?
You can't. Yeah, there's not enough to prop her up like Weekend at Bernie's.
Marion, you've made stuff disappear before. Is that something you can do with dead bodies?
I don't think I can cast it out when it's already dead.
No. You could get one of your wolves to eat it, but that would mean letting them out
That
of the
was
bag.
kind of what I was thinking.
And they don't go back in. So you've only got 4 wolves at the minute.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, gets rid of the problem for you. It'd be a laundry chute. You could just sort of get it down there and get the hell out of Dodge.
Someone else's problem
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, though. Just didn't want to. I guess the wolf probably the best option. These guys may want to finish eating first.
I think I'll take my meal to the next room.
Okay, as you finish your meal, you let one of the wolfies out. So there's just 3 in the bag now. The big wolf will eat everything there. There's still a bit of the weird blood stain on the carpet, but it's a small rug. You can, you know, spill some wine on or something to help disguise it. Okay, it's now 4 in the afternoon. What are you all doing?
Well, we never figured out what this symbol means. Should we either go back to like the where we were chasing this person, see if that might lead us somewhere, or hit the books? Maybe the police know something about this symbol.
Did you say that there was an occult library at the Golden Dawn?
Yeah, there's a few of them. There's also, you know, psychic readings if you want to go down that information path as well. Or you could go, got rid of an enemy, job done, I'm going the opium den, you know, it's up to you what you want to do.
Well, I mean, we had followed this thing into the...
I definitely want to research.
Sorry.
Oh.
I think I spoke over you.
Yeah. But you go ahead first, because I didn't hear what you said either.
Sorry, your audio is dropping out a bit there, Terry. If there's you could take a lantern into where the wolf first found her in that cellar if you want, because there's lanterns in this hotel room.
Yeah, I was going to say something similar. I mean, we did ultimately follow her into that storm cellar. So, I mean, there's got to be a reason why, I guess, you know, she went there, or he went there, or it went there.
Yeah, being able to see will be a lot more helpful this time. And I'll grab one of the... I think I'd probably have a purse of some sort, so I'll grab like the smallest lantern I can find, make sure it's turned off, and try and stuff it in my purse so no one sees me take it out of the hotel.
While you're there, towels, bath soaps, all usual hotel stuff.
Usual.
All right. All right, so you head down to that cellar. Yeah, looks like there's a bed that's been made there, and some chests of drawers and a few bookshelves. Yeah, you find a few books. You can't read the writing. You probably recognize it as you've come across the writing before. It's ancient Aramaic, so really, really, really old. And you recognize the symbols of the star, dagger, and the eye. And obviously they had, a couple of spare changes of clothing in here. And there was some piles of skin.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, there was not dogs in the room. There was some piles of skin of slightly different skin tone in the corner. Looks like they've been shedding every now and then or something, similar to a snake. You could take the books to someone to be translated, but yeah, they definitely had those fine matching symbols.
I'd probably collect some of those books to have someone at the Golden Dawn translate.
Yep.
Is there anything like in the drawers or on the nightstand to kind of say like where she might have been going to? Like any matchsticks of clubs or stuff like that?
Yeah, there's some recent maps of the East End where you live and stuff. There's a note for Sophia's restaurant, Gregory's house, and wherever David stays. David stays in a hotel, doesn't he? Yeah. All right. So yeah, those 3 points are marked.
Well, this is a little creepy.
Does it look like it's just one person?
Yes. Well, there's clothes that match different people of different sizes, but you know it's a shape changer, so it seems like just one.
And it was just our places that were marked on the map, right? It wasn't like any more.
And the markets where she attacked David last time.
Oh, right.
Okay.
You had mentioned the book earlier with the
Symbols and that.
the old writing. Would we know someone who can read this or
Yeah.
translate this?
There's a few people at the Golden Dawn can do that.
Gotcha.
Lots of scholars for that sort of thing.
Also be sure to take down the map and take it with us so that if anyone comes across this place, they don't like come asking us questions about it.
All right. Okay. All right. And so you were going to the Golden Dawn, one of the chapter houses now, or?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's about time to do some research, kind of pull this together.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So the translators, yeah, he's probably going to take 3 hours or so to search for all the different symbols and books and stuff. It's going to take a bit of time. At the chapter house, they've got some chefs in and they're serving out, beef stroganoff. So you'll go, which is not bad. It's not as good as the Hotel Marion was at, but it's not bad. And hey, it's free. All right. Robert will sort of nod to you and make sure you're all well. You're all okay.
Yep.
David makes a.
How are you doing?
Haven't been sleeping well, but I'll get some scotch and sort that out.
Someone tried to hurt David this morning, but that's not unusual.
David fingers the hole in his jacket. I gotta get that.
Yeah. That's no good. Why were they trying to hurt you?
was a little bit of a revenge, but I think we took care of that. Might have been the end of my time in the East End, but I think that extended my stay a little bit.
All right, well, yeah. Look out for yourself. Tummy's rumbling. I'm going to get some more food. And he bows to Sophia and off he goes. All right, so you're hitting the books, or you're going to chat to the psychics, or what are you doing?
Should we start hitting some of the... Oh, Sophia will hit some of the books and try and find any of those symbols again. In anything that she...
Marion will try and assist you.
I might try talking to the psychics.
Okay, so Marion roll plus cool to help out.
Should I roll sharp to investigate a mystery?
Yeah, I think Marion was going to help you, so they roll help out, and then you roll investigate a mystery.
I do not help.
You're looking in the wrong books. It's like, no, that symbol's a little bit different. That symbol's a little bit different. So, okay, roll investigate a mystery, Sophia.
Okay. 9, that is a 10 total.
So, yep, you can pick 2.
Okay. I guess...
If you have another question that's not there that you can think of, then, chuck it at me.
Yeah, since we're investigating more the symbol than, like, the shapeshifter, I guess, what was it going to do? Like, what's the
symbol for? What's its purpose?
Yeah.
Or yep. Where is it? The dagger is about harnessing power, and the star is about contacting, linking things between realms. So typically this is meant for either warding or summoning. In combination with other symbols.
Okay. And I guess where did it go? Would be my other question.
Multiple places. So maybe I summoned a group of things.
Okay. Yeah. Sophia will be like reading it, and I'm just gonna go, damn it. Redeeming a group of things. I'm gonna tell Marion what she found out, that this is summoning symbols. Looks like they're spreading out or summoned a group of things. It's kind of unclear, but I don't think this is the last we're going to see of this.
All right. And David was chatting. Okay. So you're going to like an astrology thing, a tarot, a medium having a seance. What do you think?
Let's go with a tarot card reader. Yeah.
All right. So they deal out some cards, like you'd say 5 in front of you. and the message is that there will be a price to open the door, but the door should not be opened. And the reader appears quite scared and starts packing up to go. The stroganoff is good.
Yes, it is. So,
Should I assume, do we sit and enjoy the dinner and share our information?
Yeah, sure. It's a bit of an early dinner, so it's 8. The guy will come back with his translation and says, yeah, same sort of thing. It's these symbols are used in summoning or warding, depending on what the other symbols are in. They're talking about contacting ancient creatures that'll make the world become a better place and change it to be like the place they're from.
you said they only read one card.
Oh, no, there'll be a few cards that would have given that message.
Oh, okay.
And
You just said it was a 5, and then so that's
No, they put 5 cards down, and that was the overall message. Yeah, so it's now 8 o'clock. You had your dinner. Are you going to retire for the night, or go and do something entertainment-wise, or? Sophia?
Does it say anywhere in the books like where the change starts to happen of making our world like theirs?
When the shepherd comes to gather the flock.
Okay.
And there's a picture of the shepherd, and he has a dagger on its hip, which looks like the obsidian dagger that Marion now has.
I guess, is there anywhere we can think of that we could go to try and work on this mystery? Otherwise, I got a night shift at the bar.
Not at the moment. I think, given the knowledge we were just given, though, that I would probably share my images with the group at this point.
When you're sharing information and that, and Sophia points out, this shepherd guy with the dagger. Marion has a vision. There's sort of a bright flash, and you're in this sort of misty, marshy den area. And you can see Vidar is on a bridge, and he's fighting this shepherd guy. Vidar's got his hand axe and shield, and this shepherd's just got this big shepherd's crook. And it looks like Vidar gets wounded.
Okay. Then
they weren't sparring. This was a fight to the death sort of thing.
Yep. And I guess I need to see what type of connection that there could be between the shepherd with a crook and Vidar, because that doesn't seem like a Norse connection to me.
Okay.
Some more books for me, I think.
Oh, okay. David, what are you doing?
I guess just one question. I mean, there's nothing that we have seen that would give us a sense of the location of the store, or where it leads to. I mean, I guess I'm going back to a statement that you made about the symbols and that where you said something to the effect of that the dagger was about harnessing power, and I think I heard you say the star.
Oh, the symbols, yeah. Yeah, one's about harnessing power and the other one's about linking places between realms.
I'm just wondering if there's some way, I mean, could we construe coordinates or location or destination from anything that we saw?
No.
No. Okay.
But are we able to find out enough information to know if that ritual that was performed in the alley would have already done something?
Yes. Yes, you are, and yes, it did.
Okay. Great question, by the way. I think...
okay,
so it's already opened something then?
Yeah, something's already here, you would think. Or something already has the option to be here if it chooses to. One of those things.
Yeah. So I guess the other thing I would like to look into is how to close it.
Okay, so you're researching that. David, what are you doing while Marion's hitting the books?
Trying to think if there's anything. You know, I think David would just take a walk. Sort of just a meditative walk through the East End. Just keep his eyes peeled for maybe the symbols, maybe something that would click as far as the shepherd bringing the flock together.
All right. Sophia, what are you doing? David's gone for a walk and Aaron's reading.
I had the idea, the obsidian dagger, see if I can use tune in on it to like pick up on any other creatures that might be tied to or that might have held it.
Oh man. It was amazing to me people take that move. It's like, yeah, this is a great idea. Go for it.
That is a 7 total.
So hold 1.
I guess I'll do the obvious. Where's the creature now?
So watching David's house. Or the place that David is staying.
Okay. And did David say, like, I'm going home or I'm just going for a walk or...
Would have said something to those effects.
Okay. Yeah, if anything, she'll just kind of like walk outside the hotel lobby and just kind of wait to see if she can see David. And if it gets too long, maybe get a little nervous and get Marion to go to David's house if she thought he went back there.
You could have said, Marion, you're not going on your own. Okay. I can't have David attack again. That's 3 times in one session. Poor guy. All right. Does Marion respond to Sophia, or is she going, he'll be fine?
I didn't know how much time had passed yet. So
Oh, half an hour?
if it gets to the point where Sophia comes to get me, yeah, I'll definitely go out. I won't know before then. So.
All right, so David's taking a lovely stroll. It's foggy because you're near the river. It's getting a bit chilly. Marion sees David at the other end of the street. You can both hear the sound of a large dog, but can't see anything.
All right.
Hmm.
I will attempt to call out David's name. I'm assuming head in the opposite direction.
Yeah, David, you hear Marion call out your name. You can hear a large dog, but you can't see it.
Sort of play up the victim. I think David would just sort of pull his sort of gaudy tweed coat a little bit tighter around his and quicken his pace.
Towards Marion or away from her, or?
Towards Marion.
Yep. Okay. Something large leaps on you. You can either try and hurt it or just try and defend yourself and stop it.
I would say try to defend myself.
All right, so act under pressure, roll plus cool.
Okay.
And your wolves are barking, Marion. they're like, let us out, let us out. Of course, once they're out, they don't come back, but...
Yeah.
So that's a 12.
12. Okay, so you could feel its hot breath as it sort of flickers for a second and becomes visible on top of you. It's a big bull, sort of Rottweiler, not Rottweiler. Yeah, it would be Rottweiler dog.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of shimmering in and out of reality. It was going to bite your shoulder, but you managed to sort of grab the jaws and, you're kind of wrestling with it, but it ain't killing you.
Gotcha. So if I can pick myself up and run even faster towards Marion, that's fine.
Yep, I'd say you need it, but it's chasing you. Marion, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna. Is it within close?
Not yet, but it will be soon.
Okay. Well, I'll move towards
to intercept.
to see if I can get. Yep. And if it's within, once it gets within close, so first thing I'll try and do is, does this one need to be within close? Oh, this one doesn't need to be. So I will cast out evil.
Okay, roll plus tough.
That is 12.
Okay. What does it look like when you cast out evil?
Basically, I tell it. I'll basically flesh out towards things when I do it. When I'm closer, I don't have to make as much movement as when I'm farther away. But it is definitely obvious when I do it, and it's almost like energy flowing from me into the other creature.
Okay. All right. It sort of flickers sort of over there and then down there and then in front of you and then psh, it's gone. And the whole time it was here and you were near it, David, the wound in your back was aching. Even though it's healed, it's like that was quite numb during that time.
Can I once again just sort of try to open myself up to, the psychic field and just, maybe understand the nature of this thing or the nature of the connection?
Sure. Yep.
And that's a 10.
There's a desire to get the food or get the prey outside. It wasn't about eating, it was about get it outside under the stars. It occurs to you that you saw the map and Sophia's restaurant was marked on the map as well as your house, and your house is down the end of the street.
So I share all of this, of course, with Marion.
Yep.
Yep.
Prey. Yeah, I mean, I guess just to Marion. I mean, am I the prey, or is something else the prey?
Certainly seems like you're attracting them. I'm finding it odd that, out of the rest of everyone else except for me, their place was marked on that map. And you would have thought they would know me as well as part of the group. Now, were you able to see any markings or anything on the thing before it went away, or just?
It definitely wasn't a regular dog. It had 4 eyes and it kind of shimmered constantly. It was hard for you to actually look directly at. It would, it ran on the wall sometimes it ran on the floor. There's a sort of echo sound every time it moved. Not from this world.
All right. Well, I guess we should make sure Sophia's okay. Because really all that does is protect the person that it's currently attacking. It does not mean it won't go after others.
Right.
So Sophia's finishing her shift.
Yeah, probably like standing outside the bar, wringing her hands, trying to see if she can see him.
Nope. Not yet. You can head to his place, head to your place, go back inside the bar.
Probably start heading to David's place, thinking like something happened there. So just gonna go and try and investigate.
All right. So you hear the sounds of large dogs trotting past you, but you can't see nothing. You definitely notice that there was a slight temperature change. But in reference to your dark secret, what have you done in the past is why these creatures are leaving you alone.
think,
You may not be consciously aware of what you've done. It may have been,
yeah, I think it's the soulless aspect where like when kind of the whatever power I have um, was first starting to manifest, it kind of took over, and I would have some blackouts where I don't really know what I did. And in one of those blackouts where I was like soulless, basically, I kind of helped someone of the group with something.
Okay, so you're like a dog friend. So they're like, oh, you're one of us. You've summoned us before, so
Yeah.
you don't smell like prey to them.
Yep.
Even though consciously you're not aware of it. Okay. So this will be in a flashback. It's all sepia toned and everything. Alrighty. So you two headed to Sophia's restaurant. You can hear the sounds of dogs approaching again. This time it's possibly more than one.
Are we close
Marion,
to the...
what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Can I see Sophia?
Not yet.
Okay. Then continuing to head that way. I'm got my head on a swivel, looking around, trying to.
Yep. You can hear big dogs approaching, but you can't see them.
Yep. And waiting to see if anything comes out at us or at David.
Yep.
Do my best to try and have a stature to
All right.
protect.
So they, I'm not going to have David attack again. This is ridiculous. Two of them are going to attack Marion. Two big Rottweiler doggy things sort of shimmering, and they leap towards Marion. What are you doing, Marion?
I'm going to defend myself at the moment.
By throwing them at David, or?
No.
All right.
Basically, I will try and get myself in between them and David.
Yeah,
I will
no
definitely
worries.
put myself out there.
Yeah,
And,
well, they seem to be going for you at this point.
Yeah, but I just initially that would have been what I was doing, and I will actually try and knock one into the other as they come in.
All right. So roll kick some ass and.
So that's plus cool, right?
No, tough.
Tough. So okay. So yeah. So it's a 7.
Okay, so you exchange. Yeah, so they both do 2 points of damage. So 4 points of damage, well, 2 lots of 2 damage minus any armor you've got.
Yep.
I think you did actually have some.
I do. I have.
Yep,
So.
fine armor. Yep. Okay. Yep. So these big dogs are jumped on Marion trying to bite her. David, what are you doing? Better part of valor, better part of.
David's fighting the urge to run like hell, but I'm going to jump into the fight and try to help out Marion. So he knows Marion's helping him out.
So kick some ass. I guess roll plus tough, unless you've got something else.
Yeah. No, I think that's about right. I mean, although we didn't discuss it, is it safe to assume that David would retrieve Gregory's dagger from under the bed?
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you got a reason to be paranoid after you saw your place marked on a map, so.
Just want to double check. So that is a 9.
Yeah, so you inflict harm. hang on, you were using a dagger. Were you throwing it or?
I think he'd look for an opportunity to cut or stab.
Yeah. So you take 2 points of damage as one of them sort of nips at you, and you do quite a bit with that divine dagger. All right, Sophia. 100 feet or 30 meters ahead, you can see these two fighting these two dogs that are kind of shimmering in and out of existence. One side note. When you got wounded, you both shot off at a 45-degree angle. Like they bit you and you'd go 10 foot in the air and fall to the ground or whatever. It's like you had a microsecond of anti-gravity or something.
Okay.
Sophia?
I will probably run forward and like whatever dog, because I think one dog's biting is like on top of Marion, right?
No, they're trying to. Yeah, she's up again.
So she'll try and use her abilities to like basically blast the dog off of her and protect her.
Okay. What could possibly go wrong? Let's go.
So that is an 8 total.
So, hang on. Is this whammy or is this being? Oh, okay. So it still kicks some ass. It's just weird instead.
Yep. Yeah. And it is 2 harm, close, obvious, ignore, surrender.
Okay. So they're both wounded at this point. And a metallic echo when they bark or yip. Around their collars, you can see the 3 symbols. You've been researching quite a bit tonight. All right, so it's there you go. I'll get all of you to do act under pressure. There's a kind of shimmering in the air. We'll do it in order. We'll go Marion first.
That's a 9. 7 plus 2.
Sophia.
And that is cool, right?
Yes.
So 5.
Sweet. All right. David.
That is a 10.
It's happily fighting the doggies. Marion. Marion, you feel like someone's trying to invade your body. It's like they're trying to separate your soul from your physical body. You can either find out who it is or what it is, or you can help Sophia, who seems to be really struggling with this.
So they're like, Sophia's actually getting attacked by them now? Or?
Yeah, she's just like she's fighting something sort of in her head, so you can help her, or you can stay in your own head and figure out who's trying to attack you psychically.
Well, I learned a long time ago, if I don't help myself first, I can't help others.
Alrighty. So you have a image of this shepherd with this crook, and it's like he's massaging your brain in this sort of misty realm. Well,
Okay.
massaging, trying to crush, but yeah.
And all right. So, is there a way to protect against that, or even lash out at them?
You could probably do cast out evil or smite, either way, if you want to word it either way. Sophia, roll plus tough, please.
Okay.
So I think I'd actually like to throw a dog at them, if that's possible.
Yeah,
I got an 8.
an 8.
But I'm assuming they're too far away for that. So I'll try the cast out.
Well, they're not physically here; they're psychically here. They're astrally projecting.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So, okay. Marion takes 2 points of damage minus armor as Sophia shot her, but Sophia's eyes are rolled in the back of her head, and she's just standing oddly. And yeah, you'd have good reason to suspect it's not Sophia's not home right now, sort of thing.
This is normal Sophia stuff. What are you talking about?
But the dogs do seem startled by the noise of the derringer. David, what are you doing?
My cast out evil ended up being a 6. If that makes.
Okay.
Just go ahead to David now.
So this is all still happening, on this, in the same location where the dogs attacked us. I mean.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I'm going to try once again. I mean, can I try to open myself up to the psychic world and just sort of see if I can understand?
Sure. If you knew what Marion knew, you'd never do that right now. But yeah, all right, go for it.
Give that a shot. Okay. Okay, much better. That's an 11.
Okay. It's like something's trying to get in or come through via you three.
Oh, okay. Wow. So we are like the conduit. We're the door in a sense.
Yep.
Gotcha.
All right, and the cast out evil failed, you said, Marion.
And now I can't use it again on it.
Yep. Oh, she can take it. All right. Yeah, Sophia's still not home and shoots you again. 2 points. Dear. All right, now, Sophia, if you want to roll act under pressure to try and come home, so to speak, regain control. You're kind of watching yourself, possibly in horror, possible in delight. I don't know. You're shooting Marion. Depends how you feel about it.
Well, it's 3.
Sophia shot me?
Yeah, twice.
Oh, I didn't hear the first time either. So
yeah, no, they shot you twice, but it seemed like it wasn't her. Her eyes are rolled in the back of her head, and she's standing differently.
okay,
I got
so
3 with that roll.
then I'm at 5 harm. No.
Yep. You got 3, did you say, Sophia?
Yep.
I know what I can do. Okay. And remember, you've got luck if you want to spend it. So, The noise from the gun that made the doggies back off, the hounds, and a bunch of rats scurry into an area about 20 foot in front of you, and there's sort of tentacles, thin tentacles coming out of the rats and into lashing. The rats are sort of lashing together and merging into something. David, what are you doing?
So just a quick glance at Sophia. Does she still have the pistol raised at Marion?
She seems like she's trying to fight it.
Meanwhile, this king rat is forming. Gosh. And again, just to understand the situation, I guess Marion then is on the floor, 2 bullet holes, more than before.
Well, I think she'd be standing. She's made of sterner stuff.
I mean, I think I'm going to try to pull the pistol out of Sophia's hand. Just wrestle it out.
You're back to yourself. It's up to you if you let him or not, Sophia.
Yeah, probably. I think she blacked out and kind of comes to and isn't really holding on to anything, so it's able to take the pistol easily.
You realise you're back in control. Someone else was in control of your body temporarily, but you also realise during that time you shot Marion twice.
She's just kind of looking around like, oh God. Where the hell's the thing that did that? And like she is...
You're pretty sure it's that thing that's turning into a humanoid shape there.
I think if anything, then she would probably just use like the full brunt of her power that she can, like her burn everything move to try and wipe out any rats that are there.
Okay.
So I think that's a part of use.
Yeah, it's still use magic, yeah, but it's an attack as such. All right. So yeah, this thing's turning into this 9 foot tall thing in robes with a big shepherd's crook.
Okay. So that
lots
is
of rats beneath the robes. Sorry.
8 total. Here we go.
8.
And it is 3 harm. If it's all one entity, probably the ignore armor magic obvious. If it's like a bunch of rats scattering around, I would use area.
Yeah. I'll say that costs 1 harm. It's quite draining.
Oh yeah, I'd be okay with that. Like she just throws her arms out and pretty much kind of how she was possessed. It looks a little bit like that, but more focused on the shepherd and like some blood runs down her nose.
Okay. Marion, what are you doing at this point?
I am pulling out a dog. Throwing it at the king rat. So here comes my wolf. And I am allowing it to smite king rat.
Okay.
Yes. That is 12.
All right. So what's the damage on that?
5. Vulnerable.
Yep. All right. So this sort of yellowy flesh, big shepherd is 9 foot. You can see rats occasionally crawling around him underneath the robe, and he's got this big crook, and the wolf's biting him. And the face flickers for a minute, and he says to David, 1 year, remember? And winks at you.
David just, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Okay, it's going to try and whack Marion first, I think. I think Marion would be closest with the shepherd's crook.
This could hurt.
Are you just going to try and get out of the way, or are you just going to stand there so you can fight back? Or
I am attempting to defend, and so that I can fight back.
yeah, so yeah, so it's just kick some ass. Okay, roll plus tough.
The one time it doesn't actually change dice. 6.
Okay. So he sort of dodges your wolfies and smacks you with the shepherd's crook. You get to choose one of these options for your character.
Can I use luck?
Oh, if you want.
Yeah. It can't have a worse outcome, I don't think. So.
All right.
So how's that work? Because
I think it just bumps it up one. Bumps it up a category, so it would be 10 as if you attacked. Yeah. Retroactively changed to a 12. So, All right, so you've damaged it and driven it back a bit.
Okay.
You smacked it with your wolfies and bag of wolfies. Sophia, what are you doing?
I mean, if this is the thing that like took control of me, probably just
You're quite sure it is.
just still blasting it with everything I got.
Okay.
How much damage did it do to me?
3.
3?
Yep.
So that puts me at 7 of 7.
Oh, hang on. No, you rolled 12 plus for attack, so you wouldn't get damaged.
Oh, that was before.
So, yeah.
I was when I rolled the 6, it was for defending.
Yeah, but you're still doing kick some ass, basically. You're just fighting. You're not out of your way to get out of the way. So, no, you don't get damaged by it. You burnt your luck. You've avoided that. Okay. So Sophia's getting ready to go again. David, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try once again to use Gregory's dagger, or I should call it Osiris's dagger.
Yep, that one. Okay.
See if I can come in and I guess cut or pierce, cut or stab. That is only 7, but I think I'm also going to use some luck. I can't take it with me, right? So.
Yeah. All right, so 3 damage from that. All right, so you've slashed at it. It appears to be burning.
Yeah. It's
angry at you, and it's like, we weren't supposed to play for another year, David. Why are you doing this, David? Sophia, roll your use magic.
That is a 10 total.
All right, blam. Is it visible, the sort of waves of energy, or is it,
I think at this point, yeah, like normally it's invisible and almost kind of telekinetic, but she's not happy with this guy, so you can kind of see like heat waves essentially like rippling the air from like her to him.
Yep. Okay. Okay. It sort of takes a step back, and it sort of goes, yeah, and it, like, bits of the building's air and, yeah, basically bits of reality and matter around it get absorbed into it, and some of its wounds close up. And then it goes for David. It hurt him. He's not happy. Now, you can, there's always the option to run away. There's an option to do like a hit and run thing, or try and talk to it or something. I don't know. You don't have to stand here and fight, but
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's you. I was able to get a year out of this thing last time. Is there any opportunity for me to try to sort of sweet talk it into buying some more time? Any way that?
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess
Well,
I was trying to.
So, what are you saying? What are you offering?
I guess I'm saying something to the effect of, "Hey, look, I mean, I still haven't done the great big con. I haven't fulfilled my hopes and dreams, my the biggest goal. Look, you take my soul, and I'm just some lowlife. Why don't you give me some more time and let me do that big con? I'll be like a trophy for you. I'll be worth something."
Or so roll plus charm then.
Okay. I think yes, charms plus 3. Oh, great. So that's a 9 plus 3 is a 12.
Okay. No, it says, David, you are free to walk away. Robert Falcon comes running down the alley. He's like, step away, be gone from here, foul beast. And he whacks it with his cane and gets backhanded against the side of the alley. Marion, what are you doing?
Marion's gonna heal.
Heal herself? You don't have to roll for that, do you? You just do it.
Yeah, I do. Although, yeah, because it's only on a, I guess, Sophia. Yeah.
No, yeah. No, you don't have to roll on this occasion. You can just do it. That's fine.
Okay.
You're fighting your god's chosen enemy or whatever, or one of his many enemies.
Okay.
So yeah, you can just do it. That's fine. You're definitely in the service
Okay.
of your god at this point. Sophia, what are you doing? This thing looks like it's going to chase you, or as in any of you, if you move.
I think she would pretty much still be doing the same thing. If anything, shouting out like, I'm already a monster, I don't need you making me more of one, and then like blasting it again with her ability.
All right. Or trying to. All right, go for it.
Okay. Oh geez. That's a 6 total, so I will burn some luck on that one.
I will just point out, you can try and banish it, because if you wish to, because you've seen Marion do it like 3 or 4 times by this point in the last month. So you could have a try that if you want to. You don't have to. It's just, yeah, there is that option.
Can you banish, or can you like do other people's moves if you don't have it on your...
Well, it's just a case of use magic, and you're trying to do it. It probably may not work as well, but doesn't hurt to try. Or you could do your whammy.
With your XP, you can buy other playbooks moves too.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but because in your history thing, you mentioned Marion was helping you control your powers and stuff. So,
Oh, that's fair.
we've already got the fiction there.
Yeah. I think here she kind of knows like banner stuff can come back, and she doesn't want this thing coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So it's 3 damage, is it? Oh,
Yep. 3.
okay. All right. Pardon me. He looks at Robert. Falcon sort of hisses, and tentacles burst forth from Robert's stomach, chest, and face. Marion, what are you doing?
I am going to hit it with the obsidian dagger this time.
All right, go for it.
Oh, 14.
Oh, nice.
So that will do some damage, hopefully.
Yep.
That was with a smite, of course.
It's looking pretty damaged. It's still up. You can see the health bar go down a bit now. David, what are you doing? It's cold and foggy, and you got a 9-foot shepherd bashing you. The dogs have gone, by the way. They've just sort of disappeared.
I think David's going to lash out again with the dagger. With
Okay.
and it is that is an 11.
Okay. Okay. So you lash out at the dagger, and its form, it sort of sneers at each of you, and its form seems to sort of turn into dust and float up to the sky. Sophia, how old are you?
She's probably pretty young, like early 20s.
So we'll say if you're 22,
Yeah.
you've got 22 years before it comes back. Not sure how you know that, but you know for a fact.
Okay.
Robert, meanwhile, lunges for Marion. He's got tentacles out of 3 parts of his body now. What's Marion doing?
Well, I will try and banish Robert, because I haven't tried to banish Robert, as far as I know.
Okay. Probably not going to get paid for this one.
And I'm going to spend a luck to make it 1 higher.
Okay, right.
So that it's
So Robert disappears in the same way as the other creature did, the shepherd. Okay. It looks like, the creature that's been summoned has been gone. What do we see each of you do, for an epilogue for the next week? David?
I think we see David's got a spring in his step that we haven't seen before. Like a burden has been lifted from his shoulder. The closing shot is him sitting down at sort of a banker's desk with what's clearly a fake note.
Oh, you've taken over Robert's estate.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Robert's jacket, his let's say he's got his monocle and yes.
He had 2 houses and quite a bit of cash on him. All right. He did go on wilderness trips and stuff, so maybe you can just say, oh, he's gone off on a trip and while he's away, you're him in town. Dear. All right, Sophia, what do we see you doing for your epilogue?
That first night, definitely having like a stiff drink or 2. And then I think where like David's shoulders have lifted because there isn't a burden, hers like gets heavier with the burden. And she kind of maps out, like she's got this huge calendar of like, when is 22 years from now going to be? And she's like tracking that and kind of starting to obsessively like research this and like prepare for 22 years when the thing comes back. And
Okay.
it's like devoting herself to that basically.
Do you say anything to Marin about shooting her twice, or?
I think if anything, like if they go back to Sophia's restaurant to kind of like recuperate and heal their wounds and stuff and like bandage stuff, she just like pours a stiff drink, slides it over, and doesn't really say something, but like that's like a nonverbal apology.
All right. Marion, what do we see for you?
Well, Marion will go back for the drinks and accept the drink, nod as in acceptance of the apology. And then you see back at the hotel, Marion having to try and explain what was going on. And they're not accepting her explanation. And she's walking out with her bags onto the hotel across the street. And setting up shop there for now. And
I think as the camera sort of pans out from
looks up.
Okay.
Sorry. She looks up once she's in her room and says, "That was very close. I will continue to bid your vengeance. I think we need to change my weapon."
You get a warm fuzzy. You sense your god is pleased with you.
Yep. And the bag kind of just changes into a sword.
Okay. I think the camera will pan out to sort of out of the window and out to the street, and that dodgy carriage driver goes past and he sort of chuckles, and the camera zooms in on his eyes and it looks like the night sky. And then we go, credits. All right, there you go. So you banished, took down an aspect of Haster, the King in Yellow. It's not a bad day's effort. Well, month's effort. Okay. Did we conclude the mystery? Yes. Did we save someone Yes, lots of people. And did we learn something new or important about the world?
I guess we learned about the cult kind of through the symbols.
Yeah. And also the ancient gods have been fighting these buggers off for some time.
That's true.
Learned something new about the hunters. Sophia has blackouts.
Normal stuff.
David's a dodgy bugger. All right, so yeah, 3 experience points for that. And there you go. Any feedbacks, good points, bad points?
It was fun. I like the
Oh,
Cthulhu Mythos like aspects involved in it.
My thoughts
Yeah.
as well.
it was very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I
Anything
wish I'd
stand?
been able to
Sorry.
actually recruit.
Oh,
Yeah. I
recruit.
wish I had been able to recruit. But
Yeah. There were some bad rolls in there, and so, no, you guys killed a master. It's kind of skating uphill as it is. But it would have been a funny cinematic scene. This person tried to kill David twice. Then, yeah, come and have lunch with us. Anything one of the other characters did you thought was cool that stuck out?
I did like David's trying to barter for more time. It
Oh,
was very on character.
yes, it definitely was. I kind of like the surprise show up with the tentacles. I didn't expect him to be part of it at all.
He wasn't. The
Trying to
shepherd's
attack him.
thing,
Yeah.
when it hit him, he started mutating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was coming to help. He's just way out of his depth. Yeah. Alrighty. Anything you think I could have done better, or
I can't think of anything. I mean, I would, loved it. I mean, it sort of felt like I was watching a TV show, and I enjoyed it.
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Yeah, so we're finishing a little early, but yeah, I wanted to get to sort of the big fight or whatever. There were ways to avoid the big fight, but yeah, you guys kept getting wounded by stuff. You kept using the dagger, and you kept getting in the outside access to the stars. So the deity's like, sweet, I can come in. But that's all right. You bet him for a while. But I could have sat there and just having you guys slug through his hit points. I was like, no, it's better that he goes for now and then comes back, sort of thing. Ongoing, persistent threat. Alrighty. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you all for playing. That was cool. I went to some very odd places, but that's the joy of gaming. And, yeah, hope I get to game with you all again sometime.
Yes, that would be very nice.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a goodbye to the
Have a good
internet.
day.
No worries, you too.